Welcome to the family office. Planning for the people who matter most.
Let's wrap up with one last one, man, because I know we both got to get out of here. Sleep apnea. We were trying to get to this last time. And the reason why I wanted to bring it up, because it's so serious. And a lot of times people don't take it seriously enough because, you know, sleep apnea, for those people who don't know what it is when you're asleep, essentially your body forgets to breathe. So whatever apparatus it is like your tongue, you know, I'm certainly not a doctor. This is not medical advice. I'm just explaining it from a layman's perspective. But essentially when you go to sleep, your body stops breathing for periods of time.
Right.
And then, you know, after a few seconds, then your brain's like, wait a minute, I'm not getting enough oxygen. And then you wake up a little bit and then you start to breathe again. And so I know that you're very much about longevity and vitality and biohacking and things like that. So how are you, what are your thoughts about sleep apnea? Do you have it? Have you been impacted by people who have it? Do you know people who have it? Overall, if not, what are your thoughts about it?
Well, I think a good thing for you is if you don't snore a lot or you don't have a tendency to snore a lot, you're already in good shape, because snoring is, you're suffocating your airways, right?
Yeah.
I think one of the biggest issues is that we've been lied to all these years. And by the way, I'm guilty of this. We're all guilty of it. I think there's a difference between having good signal. And what I mean by that is good focus on a subject or a topic or whatever you're working on. Mm-hmm. And like, for example, I don't subscribe to hustle culture anymore. Mm. I think it's one of the worst things we did to a whole generation of people, specifically millennials, where bigger, faster work, I'll sleep when I'm dead, all this shit that we used to say all the time. And we're both guilty of that, by the way. We've done a lot of that.
I've been a perpetuator of that, man.
A perpetuator for sure. Oyster perpetual, baby, on that level, like the Rolex level of it.
Yeah, for sure.
And it's so damaging because you create so many problems. I remember, you got to sleep 8 hours, and then we at least 7 to 8 hours, right? And then we got away from that. We debunked that. Oh, you don't need that much sleep. It's useless. And successful people don't sleep. They never sleep, right? You're so freaking full of shit, and you're lying, by the way. They do. They do. So sleep, and now it's completely different, where it's like that people prioritize. It is said in a lot of communities that you should prioritize your sleep like you should prioritize it's one of the most important things it's the most important thing you should be prioritizing. And with sleep apnea is caused a lot by a lot of obesity and insulin resistance and a lot of those different other conditions. But the most important thing about it is that if you're not getting good quality sleep, enough sleep, you're damaging your repair process, especially if you're working out a lot or you're in a high, and some people have to work a lot of hours. You're working doubles. You've got to give yourself 7 to 8 hours of sleep, and you got to get your circadian rhythm right, because, and this is the most important thing, all your repair happens at night, most of it, but specifically cardiovascular repair happens at night. It only has a short window to happen. And that is during that high or non-REM deep sleep, right? And what it allows you to do is it's when your body is the stillest and your blood pressure is the lowest and your pulse is the lowest. And that creates the least amount of strain on your vascular system, your arteries, your blood vessels. They're not expanding, they're not tearing, because every day you create micro tears, right? And then the cholesterol goes there to fix them. And if it keeps happening, it keeps happening. If we keep putting cement on top of cement on top of cement, you create soft plaque or calcified plaque and all those different things. So if you're not allowing your body to repair at night, then that's where sleep apnea comes in, because sleep apnea is the same as not sleeping enough. It's even more dangerous. You know why, Len? Because you're constantly in the state, your body has to go from a state of relaxation. What is that? The empathetic nervous system, right? Or whatever. Then the sympathetic mode, where it's like fight or flight. You got to all of a sudden go from rest to right? You think about it, if that's happening 17, 15, 10, 5 times at night, and you're not sleeping and you wake up and you're tired, you're fried, dude. You're insulin resistant. You got arteriosclerosis, you got cortisol goes up, all these different things. And then it's not the one thing like the sleep apnea, but it causes all these other coefficients and those comorbidities to start stacking on each other. And then all of a sudden, and then experiment on yourself, right? Experiment on yourself. You can get labs for $100 a year, $200 a year now where they'll test the right stuff for you. I promise you, if you change your sleeping habits, you'll see all your markers improve. Just because your body is now able to repair itself. So yeah, I'm a big proponent of it. I don't subscribe to hustle culture anymore. Get 7-8 hours of sleep. I don't care. Go to sleep at the same time as every night as best you can, and wake up the same time and get sun in your eyes before anything else. Real sun, not fake sun.
Check this out.
That's my point of it.
Yeah, that's good. That's really good. I don't have anything else to add except for a couple of data points. So according to the American Heart Association, it says that obstructive sleep apnea is linked to higher rates of high blood pressure, as you mentioned, stroke, coronary artery disease. There was a study in this year that matched 20,300 people with obstructive sleep apnea. And they said that it found that against 97,000 people who were not, impacted by that. It said the study found that the people with the obstructive sleep apnea had a 71% higher risk of cardiovascular events or death. 71%. So,
and that's you know why?
Yeah. Your body does not have a chance to repair itself, and all those
cardiovascular repair.
And all those micro fractures and all the things that you mentioned. And what's so insidious about sleep apnea is that it happens in your sleep. So you don't feel it. You don't even know all of this is happening. And so it's so important, whether it's, going and getting tested, doing something with the CPAP machine, whatever, you feel is a remedy. We're not here to give any diagnosis or any, remedies or anything like that. But definitely if you're having problems where you're waking up and you're feeling groggy, or if you have a spouse, ask them to watch you while you're asleep, and ask if there are periods of time where you're not breathing. If that's the case, it's a big chance that you have sleep apnea, and you should go check it out, because a lot of people end up getting sick and die over it, and they don't even know there's a problem.
Unnecessary.
So, absolutely. Absolutely. So with that being said, Chris, man, it's always good having conversations with you, brother. And it's always important for all of us to be careful about who we talk to and what we talk about, and also to be healthy to our own bodies and to love the people that are around you, because you never know when it could be your last conversation with them. So talk to people you disagree with. That's and always be open-minded to what they have to say, because you just may learn something that you never heard before. So with that being said, Chris, any parting words before we wrap up?
Have a killer week, everybody. Like, subscribe. If you like this, drop a comment. We'd love to hear from you. Len, see you on the next one, sir.
Always a pleasure.
Conversation has given you clarity on your next steps. Please share this episode with someone who's walking the same path. Don't forget to like and subscribe so you won't miss future episodes. And remember, planning ahead isn't just prudent, it's an act of care. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next time on The Family Office.